An alleged sexual assault at gunpoint. I'm Arman Rahman live on the north side with details as police keep searching for a suspect.
And a school specifically for artificial intelligence coming to the UW, but one leader there says it could mean for the future of education.
Plus a dramatic shift how advisors to the CDC are changing their guidelines for infant hepatitis B vaccines.
And you're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for staying with us at 5. We have a lot to cover tonight, but we're beginning with a look at your weekend forecast.
Meteorologist Blaze Keller joins us tracking some alert day conditions this weekend, Blaze.
That is right. Accumulating snow, just a couple of inches. Nothing like what we saw after Thanksgiving, but it may still impact, say, some early activity Sunday morning. So we've gone ahead and issued an alert day. Most will likely pick up between 1 to 3 inches of snow, but some may surpass that, getting close to that 4, possibly isolated spots of 5. That's going to be across southwestern Wisconsin, but all of southern Wisconsin could pick up a couple inches of that fresh snow by the time we go into your Sunday morning. Right now, Grant County, we are the only ones underneath that winter weather advisory. So to me, that says a lot more of that accumulating snow is going to be more or less into parts of Iowa, central Iowa, but may impact extreme southwestern parts of Wisconsin. That's going to move in as we go Saturday evening, overnight, and continue through the early morning hours on Sunday. This is a Clipper system, so it is in and it is out of here by the time we are waking up on Sunday. We'll talk about snow totals that we could see with this system in the full forecast. Right now, though, just a quick look at Radar 3000. We do have some light snow stretching from Fond du Lac south into the Illinois state line area. This is only going to bring us a dusting to about an inch of snow. Again, we'll talk weekend snow totals in just a few minutes.
All right, Blaze, thank you. And we do have breaking news. Madison police are looking for a man they say sexually assaulted a woman last night at gunpoint.
Our Arman Rahman is live on the city's north side tonight where this happened. Arman, what information have police shared with us at this point?
I'm on Brentwood Parkway where around 10:15 last night someone noticed a woman out here screaming. Now this is on Madison's north side near Sherman Avenue. Excuse me, and the Ryan Funeral Home. Sorry, it's cold out here. The woman was taken to the hospital where she reported being assaulted. She was walking on Spencer Lane when a man pulled up in a dark-colored SUV and threatened her with a gun. He sexually assaulted her inside the car. She was able to get out here where the witness had found her. At this time, we do not have a detailed enough description of the suspect to report, but we will let you know as soon as more information becomes available. Detectives are reviewing area cameras. Anyone with information about the assault should call the Crime Stoppers or submit a tip anonymously at p3tips.com. For now, reporting live on Madison's north side, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Arman, thank you. And if you need to talk to someone about sexual violence, there are resources available. The National Sexual Assault Hotline is at the number on your screen. So is the helpline for the Dane County Sexual Violence Resource Center, formerly the Rape Crisis Center.
All of this information you can also find online at channel3000.com. To receive updates on this case and all other developing stories directly to your phone, you can download the free Channel 3000 mobile app.
2 brothers are charged with homicide and will go to trial. In court yesterday, a judge bound Jordan and Justin Charlo over for trial. The brothers are both charged with first-degree homicide as a party to a crime for a July 2017 shooting that killed a 29-year-old man. Jordan Charlo is also charged with 2 more counts of that crime for deadly shootings in May of 2016 and March of 2017. Police believe the brothers last month. The pair will be back in court in January. Sorry about that, for arraignments.
Well, the fight over Wisconsin's congressional districts is heading to court. 2 lawsuits claim the maps unfairly favor Republicans.
Political reporter Ellie LaLiberte is breaking down those cases. And Ellie, one of those lawsuits will be in court next week. What will that hearing look like?
Well, next Friday, the judges will get the ball rolling on one of these cases by setting a timeline. But to see where this all starts, I want you to take a look at Wisconsin's congressional map as it stands now. Now, 6 of these 8 districts are currently held by Republicans. And these 2 lawsuits claim that this map unfairly favors Republicans. The first lawsuit claims that the map is anti-competitive and protects incumbents. The second case alleges the map is an unconstitutional partisan gerrymander. To hear these cases, the state Supreme Court selected panels of 3 judges.
In cases involving election law, this system was set up of these 3-judge panels. 3-judge panels are not unique in general. That's how federal appellate courts work. The state of Wisconsin just borrowed that model for this particular purpose, but it is very unusual. It's in fact unique in Wisconsin state law, because these are such inherently political cases.
Now, even if these cases are successful, it is unclear if they would be able to be implemented by the 2026 midterm elections.
Thank you, Ellie. And you can watch much more of that interview and find a full roundup of the week's political news this Sunday on For the Record. It airs at 10:30 in the morning, right after CBS News Face the Nation.
In health news, a panel of advisors to the CDC are no longer recommending all newborns receive the hepatitis B vaccine. In a vote this morning, the panel, handpicked by HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., voted to dramatically shift its guidelines, and now they recommend parents decide when or if their babies should get the vaccine. The panel says parents who don't have their babies vaccinated at birth should wait until their children are at least 2 months old.
And even though they are typically guided by the CDC, states can set their own recommendations. Earlier this year, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services rejected to change its recommendations for the COVID vaccine, despite the CDC's choice to stop recommending the shots for everyone. Data shows more than 6 million hepatitis B illnesses were prevented by routine childhood immunizations from 1994, when the Vaccines for Children program launched, through 2023.
For the first time, more than 40 years, the UW-Madison is creating a new college.
Yesterday, the Board of Regents approved a proposal to establish the College of Computing and Artificial Intelligence. Maren Rosen is here to explain the new change and the implications that AI and AI education will have on UW students. Maren?
Well, Eric and Susan, the College of Computing and Artificial Intelligence is a reorganization of the School of Computer, Data, and Information Sciences, which formed within the College of Letters and Sciences in 2019 into a standalone school. The university said computer, data, and information sciences are some of the most popular majors on campus, causing a significant increase in enrollment in the last few years. University officials say now is the logical time to make this change as AI becomes increasingly more prominent in education. UW's interim provost John Zumbrunnan told me all students should be engaged with these technological advancements, as there are academic, societal, and economic impacts of the tool.
We, of course, like every university, are thinking about the implications of AI for academic integrity, but there's a balancing act, right? Because we also see AI as a powerful learning tool. Then there's the fact that students need to learn not just how to use AI, but they need to learn about AI and about its implications, because when they go out into the world, on their jobs, but also just in their lives generally, AI is going to be pervasive and enduring in really every walk of life and every profession.
Despite there being concerns about the ethical and responsible use of AI, officials say they are excited to move forward with this change. $36 million in general operations funding will be moved from the College of Letters and Sciences to the College of Computing and Artificial Intelligence. The total budget for this project is $85 million. The official announcement of the college will happen in spring 2026, and the new school is expected to start operations on July 1st, 2026. Now I'll be back at 6 with more of the implications of this new school.
We will see you at 6, Maren. Thank you. Happening tonight, the Milwaukee Bucks will host the Philadelphia 76ers. The Bucks are coming in with 10 wins and 13 losses, while the 76ers have a record of 12-9. The game starts at 7 o'clock. You can watch it on Television Wisconsin.
Still ahead, meteorologist Blaise Keller rejoins us to look at the weekend forecast as he tracks those alert day conditions on the way.
And we'll check in with News 3 Now's Alex Harrington. He's live at a country Christmas in Spring Green tonight ahead of the Holiday Light Parade.
And it's the Friday before the major matchup Sunday at Lambeau Field. Who will play and who won't, as Green Bay looks to wrestle away first place in the NFC North from the visiting Chicago Bears.
Positive numbers to end the day and the work week on Wall Street. The Dow closed up 104 points. The Nasdaq gained 73 and the S&P 500 adds 13. Stay with us. News 3 Now at 5. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, Week 14 in the NFL brings a colossal matchup to Lambeau Field, a battle over first place between the visiting Bears and the Packers.
And today, the injury report, who is in and who is out. Our Packers senior writer Jason Wilde tells us from Green Bay.
The Packers' final injury report of the week is out, and there are 2 defensive players in the secondary that are questionable and 2 others that are off the report and will play on Sunday against the Chicago Bears. Let's start with those questionables. One is Javon Bullard. The other is Nate Hobbs. Hobbs has missed some time in recent weeks with a knee injury. Bullard actually suffered an ankle injury on Thanksgiving against the Lions. They are both questionable. Packers need at least one of them to be able to go and play in the slot in their nickel defense. On the flip side, the Packers know that stopping the run against the Bears will be critical. They are getting back Quay Walker, who returns from a 2-game absence with a stinger in his neck. He'll be back, and so will Carl Brooks, one of their key interior defensive linemen. He is healthy after missing time with an ankle injury. The Packers are also listing wide receiver Jaden Reed as questionable. He is technically still on injured reserve from the collarbone injury he suffered in Week 2 against Washington. He is trending toward playing, but Matt LaFleur stopping short of declaring that he would be activated. If that does happen, it will be tomorrow before the deadline. We'll have full coverage of that story either way and everything else Packers Bears on our website, channel3000.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for our Packers newsletter, which delivers that coverage directly to your inbox every single day. In Green Bay at Lambeau Field, Jason Wilde, channel3000.com.
Jason, thanks. Doesn't that field look nice for a football game? Expect really chilly weather at Lambeau. Blaze is back. A closer look at the alert days around here as well in our weekend first warn forecast.
That's right. If you're heading up to Lambeau, I don't know, maybe it's perfect football weather. I mean, it's the Bears and the Packers. We're in the Midwest, and it's always cold this time of year. But we will be at about 18 degrees at kickoff, halftime, sitting at a comfortable 13. Take the gloves, the hat, the scarves, the thick winter coat, and those boots, and bundle up and enjoy the game. Kickoff at 3:25. You may want to head later into the morning hours up to Lambeau, or make a day of it and go early Saturday, because Saturday night into, I would say, 6, 7 o'clock time frame on Sunday is what we're going to be dealing with our first round of maybe a couple of snow over the next 7 to 10 days. We got an alert day for Saturday night into Sunday. Our first Clipper system moves that snow in quickly by the time we go into the evening and overnight hours, peaking probably right around midnight going into Sunday, wrapping up, as I said, between 4 and 6 o'clock Sunday morning. Northerly winds take on over. We'll sit underneath partly sunny to mostly clear conditions, but winds out of the north coupled with that fresh snow. It is going to be a chilly Sunday. This weekend system in the green is taking a near perfect path that we like to see these Clippers take to bring us here in Wisconsin. That measurable snow, especially as it moves its way closer, scooting right over or just to the south of Chicago, really puts us in that optimal spot. So this is why we're probably thinking many of us will pick up about 1 to 3 inches of snow here in the light blue. Further to the south and west, you're closer to a lot more of that moisture, closer to the center of that low, so more of that upward movement. Maybe we get 3 to 6 inches of that snow. Localized higher or lesser amounts will be possible, but in the light blue, essentially this is the area we think will have the best chance of at least 1 to 3 inches. In the dark blue, the best chance of at least 3 to 6 inches of that snow. Flurries then take over on Monday. We're then tracking 2 possible systems next week. The first one Tuesday into Wednesday, and then another system possibly Friday into Saturday. So Monday we get a little bit of flurries. Here's Tuesday's system moving on in. I would like to see this a little bit further south so that we don't get that warmer air, maybe turning some of that snow over to a rain-snow mix briefly there later Tuesday night into Wednesday. That system passes. Northerly winds take on over. The wintry mix turns back over to snow. We dry out for the most part with a few flurries possible Thursday. And then starting later Friday into Saturday, another system moves on through. We're in northwesterly flow. These systems are coming out of Canada. They're bringing what little moisture they can. They're bringing down that cold and reinforcing it. So we're in an active pattern, not only when it comes to our rain chances and snow chances, but we're also going to continue to stay underneath these cooler than average temperatures here, probably for the next 7 to 10 days. A quick look at that snow falling across southern Wisconsin right now. We'll take it up to near Fond du Lac, there near Dodge County, Waupun south along 151 into Beaver Dam, Columbus, back into Cambria. A little bit of that light snow activity. Not seeing as much now into Dane County, especially downtown Madison, but in and around Stoughton, Belleville, back into Mount Horeb, Cross Plains Arena. We have more of that snow. Albany, especially outside of Monticello in Sylvester, right there along 59. That's where we're seeing probably the heaviest of the snow across southern Wisconsin, but back into Darlington, we're also getting a little bit of that light snow activity, probably less than an inch for most tonight. There's a look at the 7 and 10 day forecast. Temperatures top out in the 30s Tuesday, Wednesday, then we settle back into the teens and 20s for the rest of next week.
All right, Blaze, thank you. Well, it's a country Christmas in Spring Green tonight, and in less than an hour, the Holiday Light Parade will begin.
That's right. And News 3 Now's chief meteorologist Alex Harrington is out there now previewing this big event. And Alex, how's it feeling out there? You staying warm?
How does it feel out here right now? It feels festive. We got a few of those snowflakes that Blaze was mentioning that were on Radar 3000. They're falling here in Spring Green on Jefferson Street. It looks awfully quiet, but I'm joined with a good friend of mine, Pam Shahade. Pam, things are going to change here in about 45 minutes. What do you think?
Absolutely. It's beautiful downtown Spring Green, so come out for Country Christmas. It kicks off tonight with a beautiful light parade. I understand the UW Band will be marching. All kinds of local businesses will sponsor the parade that will be here. Kids will be out. Lots of activities, so come to Spring Green.
And Pam, we were talking before with all of the activities, and some of these activities go clear through the end of December. What is a good way that folks can see where all of those activities are?
I would check the Spring Green Chamber of Commerce website. I know tomorrow a big event is Breakfast with Santa at the elementary school. There's a craft bazaar at the high school. There's a Santa's workshop at the intermediate or the old middle school. In the afternoon, there's a free movie sponsored by the Spring Green Lions at the Guard Theater. Later in the evening is Miracle on 34th Street, actually at the Guard Theater also. And then tomorrow night, the big event is fireworks, sponsored by my good friend Dick Powell, who honors his mother because she loved fireworks.
And that's a great segue to another question I have, Pam, because this is my hometown. There's no place like home. Tell me, how does Country Christmas make you and our friends here in Spring Green feel?
It brings a lot of warmth to the community because the community comes together for the parade and all the activities for the kids. People come from far away and they spend the weekend here so they can experience everything that's going on, from tree lighting, from shopping, all the events for the kids. So everyone comes together in a small town atmosphere with snow.
That's right, with the snow. Festive, that's the way to have your Christmas. It's almost like a Hallmark movie, right?
I think we already heard all about that.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier. Thank you so much, Pam. It's much appreciated. Come on down here if you have time to the Spring Green Country Christmas Parade that starts at 6 o'clock live here with Pam Shahade. Alex Harrington, News 3 Now.
Have fun, guys, and welcome home, Alex. Hopefully at 6 we'll get to see some of the parade. Maybe you can see.
So light it up.
Yeah, have fun. Still ahead tonight at 5, why one company is recalling more than 300,000 of its chargers and how to check if you have an affected product.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The two men killed in a U.S. boat strike do not appear to have had access to communication devices. A top military official reportedly told lawmakers that yesterday. It contradicts defense officials' claim that the boaters who survived this initial strike were trying to radio for backup. It could have allowed them to continue to traffic the drugs allegedly aboard their sinking ship. And Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth denies a report claiming that he ordered everyone on that boat be killed. But Democratic lawmakers say what they saw in the video amounts to a war crime.
A 19-year-old college student is fighting to come back to the U.S. after getting deported while on her way home for Thanksgiving. Annie Lopez Beloza was picked up at Boston's Logan Airport and to a stop there. And 2 days later, she was in Honduras. That's despite an order from a judge not to deport her. Ani spent most of her life in Texas. She came to the U.S. at 8 years old with her mother, seeking asylum from Honduras.
And this as ICE continues to target its operations in the Twin Cities, also down in New Orleans. Video here shows masked agents chasing a woman. This is in a New Orleans suburb this week. The 23-year-old U.S. citizen can be heard yelling at the agents to leave her alone as she ran to her home. Officials in New Orleans say they believe agents are racially profiling residents there.
Next week, the Fed will meet to decide on whether to lower interest rates. The latest data informing that decision is out today. And September's Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, the Fed's inflation gauge, rose 0.3% on a monthly basis. That lifted annual inflation further from the Fed's target rate of 2%. It is also the highest the rate's been since April of 2024. These numbers came out late due to the federal government shutdown.
More than 200,000 power banks sold on Amazon are being recalled for a potential fire hazard. The Inu B1, B41 power banks have a lithium-ion battery that can overheat and catch fire. Inu received 15 reports of overheating, including 11 reports of fires that resulted in minor burns or property damage. You can return the product or call your local hazardous waste collection center to see if they'll accept it. Check online to see if your product has one of the serial numbers that is included on the recall list.
Blaze has a final check of the weekend forecast when News 3 Now at 5 returns.
And a half hour News 3 Now at 6. Now that the cold's here to stay, the Vila Zoo making changes for the animals there. We'll tell you the efforts to keep them safe and warm next hour. Stick around for News 3 Now at 6.
In more local news, today Gigi's Playhouse broke ground on a new location in Fitchburg. Dozens of people showed up to watch the ceremony. The new resource center will be twice as big as its current building. The group's executive director says it will help them meet an increased demand for its efforts to provide free educational, therapeutic, and career development programs for people living with Down syndrome.
There's a lot of need, and we've worked really, really hard to build relationships out in the community, and we've built that trust with our families that we serve. We're the first playhouse in our network to build from the ground up, so it's literally groundbreaking on many levels.
The new building will be on Botanical Drive in Fitchburg. The organization is looking to raise $4 million for the new Gigi's Playhouse. Right now, they're at about $2.2 million. If you'd like to donate, go to gigisplayhouse.org/Madison.
I hope those machines could break ground. It is cold out there. It's been cold for a couple days, and stuff coming this weekend to keep us cold.
Another snowy weekend.
Yes, 2 weekends in a row with snow, but thankfully this weekend is not going to be another half a foot of snow. We're looking at probably 1 to 3 across a lot of southern Wisconsin. Southwestern Wisconsin, we have the best chance to pick up at least 3 to 6 inches of snow. We've got an alert day Saturday night into Sunday. Stay with News 3 Now. We'll keep you updated. Otherwise, we remain quiet for the rest of Sunday.
CBS Evening News is next. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.